and welcome to today's iRacing video. We're back again at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza up on the north side of Italy. We're about to get underway on our last quarter lap formation lap, and I haven't turned my spotter on, so I'm going to fix that right now, hopefully, before we get into too much trouble.
Radio check.
Spotter, radio check.
We need to follow car number 8 in the left column.
Just in the nick of time. I thought it was a bit curious that I hadn't heard my spotter telling me what I was doing wrong already. So, rotten luck on the two right-handers on both of my laps. I was on for PB laps, dropped the wheel, got a simple 1X, and that invalidated the lap. Thought I was going to go gangbusters or nothing, didn't want to set like a super conservative lap time, so I thought I'd just go for broke, and unfortunately dropped the wheel as well on the second lap round. So fortunately that means that no lap time was set, so we're pretty well third last on the grid. But I have a sneaking suspicion we actually might be not in the last split. We might be in the second last split now, because we are one of the lowest I ratings in this split, or just not very many people doing this race at this time slot, compressing the race field a little bit. So we're about to get underway.
Floor it.
Yeah, got held up there majorly. I think he just wants to avoid the chaos into turn one, and to be honest, I don't blame him. Alright. Oh, wow. Having...
Car left. Clear left.
typically qualify relatively high at this track.
Hold your line. Clear left.
Didn't really know it was that big of a traffic jam into that turn one. I knew it was the chicane of chaos.
Good start.
However, didn't know it was that slow through there. Oh,
On your left.
that Ferrari just shoving it.
Hold your line.
Variante della Roggia.
Clear all round.
Threaded the needle just right there. So unfortunately, on my first lap round, dropped the wheel out wide here, just to the left. And on my second go round, dropped the rear wheel just right wide there. So that's where I was losing time, and that's where unfortunately I made the mistakes on my lap. So we're pushing out a bit of a gap to Jan already, Lionel, however you say. Oh, this is going to get a little bit... Oh, it just doesn't want a bar of it.
Clear left.
Carlin is now in the lead.
I'm a little bit concerned about this BM here on my left, but hopefully with the slipstream, oh, that Audi's moved over.
Well done, Oliver. You're looking really good. Come on, keep your focus. P18.
Field.
On your left.
Oh,
Still there. Clear left.
There's an incident in. It looks like it's Yoshida.
Left side. Clear left.
fortunately able to stay out of spinning with that green Merc coming up. I know I did brake early, however, still unfortunately.
The car in front is.
Oh, here we
Left
go.
side. Clear left.
That's twice now.
Incident in. Variante della Roggia. We think it might be Yoshida.
That Saska in that green Merc really doesn't know how to race against people in tight packs. Like, you obviously can't run your regular braking markers. You obviously can't run the same lines through corners. You need to be adapting to what's going on around you, and if that means you got to do more practice, mate.
Is now leading.
So we have fallen off a little bit at the back of this pack of Samuel and Reese. That being said, we've still got that 2 to 3 second gap to Jan behind us.
The leader's just done a 149.95.
Second time that BM's gone wide into that corner, into Parabolica. This has been interesting though. Damn, definitely an exciting start to the race and lucky to still be running. Just wish I hadn't been punted in the manner that I had been coming into this chicane and the next chicane as well. You really got to learn how to tail a car. That's why you saw me lifting off the throttle as we went into braking zones like Parabolica, and as well as the other chicanes, because you just can't account on what the person ahead of you is doing, unfortunately. You just need to focus really hard. This is some good fun racing though, and I think if we can stay with this pack as well and not make any silly errors, we may potentially not take a safety rating hit. Just depends. Curious to see if Reese goes deep again at Parabolica, but yeah. Samuel in that Audi got a very
Navarro is pitting.
average run onto this back straight. Fortunately, Samuel just got his braking markers a little bit mixed up there and wasn't able to pull it up in time. But I think in that situation there, you've just got to go out wide
P15.
so you don't crash into the car ahead of you.
There's an incident in Variante del Rettifilo. It looks like Daly.
So guys, if you are enjoying this exciting content, please consider giving it a like and subscribe. This is pretty damn crazy, but Monza is very prone to having crazy racing.
All right, Oliver, our refueling window will open after 17 minutes and closes after 29 minutes.
I'm not sure if it's a blessing or disguise, but in that last race that I did, kind of just disappeared off into the sunset in second place and was able to stay out of all this confusion, but this seems pretty fun. If we can keep our incident points low, that'd be great as well. And if I do make any ugly faces, I'm very sorry. This track does, although appears to be a somewhat simple track, it
now 1.6 seconds.
is very far from an easy track to drive. These chicanes are extremely hard, and the chicanes are quite hard, and the curbing around the chicanes are very...
Gap ahead is now 0.45.
very, very unforgiving. You can quite easily claim your race and end it without too much second thoughts.
P13, your lap time was at 152.54.
Oh, bit more action behind. Got a better run onto this right-hander.
Left side. Still there. Clear left.
Nice one, Oliver. Nice
Good
move, mate.
overtake. Matt Merck just didn't want to really get involved all too much. very surprised someone was able to pull that Audi up in that corner. He went very deep. Wow, we're only 9 minutes into this race. Wow, we're only a quarter way home. God, I'm gassed already. Absolutely gangbusters start to this race, that's for damn sure. And we have pulled a little bit of a gap on Lee. He will have the draft down this back straight as well as onto the main straight. We will be right on the fleeting side of Samuel's draft ahead. And I think Lee came in with a little bit too much speed. He wasn't expecting it. Hopefully we can just punch in some really solid lap times now.
Quicker than you, entering Variante del Rettifilo, P12.
Close that gap up. Samuel went very deep into that first chicane. We're now right in the thick of his draft. So unless we make a real big mistake through these quick sequence of corners here, as we start to jump on the straights, we should very slowly inch our way closer to him. Slightly made a mistake through there, or not really made a mistake, just he was slightly quicker through that second set of chicanes. Philippe and Kevin Andre are racing each other pretty hard, so they'll be hemorrhaging time back to Samuel, myself and Lee. I actually raced against Kevin Andre in the last race. He was I think he finished P3 off the top of my head. And he's quite quick. Yeah, Philippe and Kevin are just, now if they get stuck in the heat of battle, they will start costing each other a fair bit of time. Oh, deep into there. I think Lee might be on with a chance here to have a crack into T1, and I'm going to give him that open line if he wants it. I'm not really going to defend too hard.
The gap in front is now 1.6.
We are on
P4 has binned it in. Variante del Rettifilo, fastest lap. You've just done a 151.41.
Oh, he's made a mistake. Damn, must have just put the power down too early on that curb, and luckily was able to hold on to it behind Lee. P4 must have recovered a little bit.
The gap behind's increased to 0.7.
Oh, luckily didn't drop a 1X there. The back wheel must have been teetering right on the edge of that curb. Oh, Merc doing a bit of lawn mowing there. We are pulling that gap out to Niels though quite well. Really pushing as hard as I can through there. We are absolutely blasting through the fuel as well. Oh, up to P11 now. That's good.
Looks like P6 has gone off in Variante del Rettifilo.
Oh. Must have been P4. Must have had a pretty bad coming together if he's already left the race. Potentially got shown the meatball or was just unable to get it going again. Really getting good through there. I'm feeling more and more happy. Alright, we're about 15 minutes in. Long way from home still. I think we have just suppressed that attack from Lee. Being able to just make sure he doesn't make any moves on me. Probably not making mistakes. I'm sure he'll capitalise if I make a silly error. But
Okay, Oliver, you've used half your fuel.
yep, thanks, mate. That's pretty good through there. That felt pretty good. Oops, someone's jumping in the pits.
The car ahead's pitting.
That feels slightly too early. I might be wrong. I said that in the last one against, I think it was Yoshida or something like that.
That was 151.37.
Guess it just didn't feel like getting caught up in battles and fighting for position. Oh, really bad stutter on the graphics. I think Philip Richard was in the last race as well. I think he made a mistake or got into some early race kerfuffles, but I think he was a back marker. That may have also been Filippo. I'm not too sure. That was... give myself a pass on that one because I don't typically make that mistake into that corner this race, at least. Last race I did make that mistake a few times. Now we're going to catch up onto the back of them.
Richard ahead is increasing. It's now 3.3.
Yeah, it's because I made a mistake, but that's all good. Oh, very lucky to have gotten away with there. I took way too much curb, same there. That very rarely works out that way for people that go over those curbs there. It can very easily spin a car around on you on a dime.
The gap behind is now 4.8 seconds. Your last lap time was 152.11.
So we are quicker than the guys ahead of us. Neil's punched in a very quick lap. I think it was like a 50.8 or 50.9. So just have to keep an eye on him. Oh, no, what happened there? Why is he saying thank you? I think if I continued on that trajectory with my steering inputs, the back of the car was going to want to overtake the front of it. There. I think I'm making that line slightly too shallower than it needs to be. He's costing me time, I think. As well as I think if I came in too hot and I jumped on the brakes with that much steering angle in, I would spin the car. Ooh. We got a bit frisky with the wall, jeez. Gap ahead is remaining pretty constant around that 3.5 to 3 second mark. The one behind is remaining pretty constant at 4.5. Oh, slightly too deep. Entry speed was slower, but my actual exit speed was slightly quicker. 10 minutes of fuel left, so we're actually not hemorrhaging too much.
P9. That last lap was a 151.29.
We are lapping quicker than Kevin ahead. Ooh, up into P9. That's good. Just dipped under that 3 second to Kevin ahead, so that we can just keep slowly chipping ahead, chipping away at that. Slightly slow through there. Slightly slow through there too. Oh, that was good through there.
That's 20 minutes to go.
Halfway point.
Halfway home. We estimate 8 minutes of fuel left.
Philippe is catching all the way back up onto the back of Sean now. Those two separate two-way battles are about to become one four-way battle for what would effectively be P5, I'm pretty sure. We may or may not be able to play our way into it. Probably not at this stage, but still early doors.
That lap was a 151.36.
A little bit of loss of traction through there. A little bit too eager on the throttle. Oh. Lucky to catch that slide. Very lucky. No, just got to make sure now that I'm not pushing too hard and pushing past the level of grip the car has to offer for me on those corners there, because you can very easily lose the back end of the car given they're off camber corners. There is a very fine line of what you can and can't get away with.
The gap in front is now 3.4.
That's pretty good through there. Slightly slow through this corner, through Parabolica. So 52.1, 51.9, 51.3. So 51.9. So pretty well.
Off the pace.
Lapping very similar to them. Niels is absolutely smashing some good times in though. Good through that first corner. Up 1.3 tenths of a second. So they might not make a mistake, and they might just, that gap, we might not have enough pace to make that up. However, in the eventuality that a mistake occurs or they're slightly slow, I can capitalize on that. So the fact that I'm just staying in touch with them those 3 or 4 seconds, same with Niels, he if I were to spin up here at the Ascari chicane,
5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
he would be in a position to capitalise on it, because I would cost myself probably more than 5 seconds if I were to make a mistake. Same thing, me keeping myself in this battle with these cars ahead is allowing me to capitalise on a mistake if a mistake is made. Really good run through Parabolica. Half a second quicker on that lap. That was a really good lap.
8th place.
While we're through there, it was just slightly too late on my turn into the left there.
Minutes left. That's 15 minutes. The gap ahead is now 3.1.
Good. I think I'm going to get called in. Slightly quicker through that second right-hander. We're just keeping Kevin honest, and that's kind of how he did. That's what he did to me last race. It was just a constant reminder that, hey, if you make a mistake, mate, I'm right here. Probably be about 27 to 31 litres worth of fuel going in the car at the stop. And that'll pretty much get us pretty well get us through to the end. So all these guys have been pretty good with their fuel too. So Sean Cullen pitted lap 11.
P7. That lap was at 151.09. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace. Very little fuel left. Box this lap, please, Oliver.
Good through the first section, really bad through the second section. Cost myself a 1/10 of a second. We're able to come up to speed pretty good though. Carried really good corner speed. Really good. I feel like I'm starting to get hooked up through there now on low fuel loads, which is good. Can really start to attack those curbs. We're going to be pretty well on it.
The gap in front is now 3.2.
And we've got half a litre of fuel left.
Litres remaining.
Oh no, half a lap left. They've got 2 litres of fuel left.
Cars pitting.
Yep. Lead car's pitting, so away. I think everyone in the top 5, 6 are going to be pitting now. I don't think anyone's going to be able to make another lap. Really sloppy through there. And we're now into the pits.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 42 Celsius. All right, Oliver. We'll fuel you to the end of the race. The car in front is pitting. The car behind is pitting.
I don't really think I could have pushed all that much harder through there. Ooh, we have closed up onto the back of Kevin. Fueled slightly less. He may have done some mandatory repairs.
Take care.
Oh, Hewick. And back into the frying pan. And it's going to be a very crazy next 11 minutes. Kevin's going to... So that's what I mean. I'm not sure if you noticed there, guys, but as we approach the braking area, because I haven't raced in bumper-to-bumper traffic with Kevin, I just take my foot off the throttle, kind of amble into it, and just allow him to kind of be in control, because I might...
Okay, Oliver. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Come on, stay focused.
Be slightly
Apexes
better
and
on the
exits.
braking.
Apexes and exits.
Come in a little bit hotter than he does. However, he might have really good exit speed, which, by the looks of it, that's how it is. So I just need to be respectful of that. And as long as he knows that I'm there, and if he makes a mistake, I'm coming for him, that's all I need to do. To put that down in his mind. If he gives me that option, he knows that I'm going to go for it.
P11. Just ignore him, he'll go away. They're faster than us into. Very anti-Del Retifilio.
Slightly missed my turn in there, which sucked. But it's all good. It's put Kiko straight onto me. So I think I'm going to go defensive here. Oh, you got a slight little twitch there. Cost him a fraction of a second. Whoa. He will be in a position to attack here into the Ascari chicane.
Right side.
He might not want to do this.
Hold your line. Still there. Clear right.
Don't panic, we'll get him back.
That was pretty awesome. That was a great overtaking maneuver by Kiko. Thing was, because I made my intentions very clear at the start, like as we went on to that back straight, that I was going hyper defensive, he had the option to go as far to the right as he wanted.
The gap to Navarro ahead is increasing. It's now 0.9. E12.
He's quick. He's bloody quick.
0.24.
I have a sneaking suspicion that he may have made a slight mistake in the pits and costed himself a little bit of time. The gap to Niel's behind has closed up ever so slightly. But we're kind of keeping him there at the 3.4 second mark. Oh, this might be a slowdown. Oh! Just managed to keep it all between the lines ever so slightly. There is a very big opportunity for this to go really badly for a few races. All depends on how cleanly the racing is up ahead. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. 1, 2, 3, Six or seven cars. 7 including me, I think. Ugh. And I think Kiko really wants to do his best to get up to the front.
150.25.
I'm pretty sure in his head, and I think he does have pace over all these guys. Oh, here we go. This is where it's going to get real mucky. Going 4-1 into turn 1 isn't really an option. Ooh. So Kiko's pitted. Ooh, I wonder what's happened there.
Okay, Oliver, there'll be chances here. Let's make sure we can take them. 10th position.
Wonder who locked up there.
Car right. Clear right. On your left. Clear left.
The move was there. He came across me. I did my best to hug the left as best I could. However, if you're going to come across the face like that, that's unfortunately how it's going to roll.
That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
I think he may have lost it onto the sand and just didn't want to lose any more time than what he already did. Let's just make sure we minimize 1Xs and... So we got Niklas, Sean and Kevin ahead. If something does go down between them, we can profit off it.
The car behind is reeling you in. The gap is now 1.6.
Yep, thanks mate. 1.8. We got 4 minutes left. Probably got about 2 or 3 laps left to run. I think then the reason Nels caught up is because I got caught up in a kerfuffle there at turn 1 on that last lap. I think he will struggle to shut that lap down to us. So we're in the 50s, 51s, 51s 4. I'm going to be real slow. Yeah. So, I don't think he will struggle to shut that down that lap. Ooh. Very sloppy into that first corner. Wow. That was a silly 1X to give away. Completely unnecessarily. I reckon we got one more and then another and then we'll pretty well be done. We'll get the white flag at the end of the next lap.
Two minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Oh, that'll be a slowdown. Yep.
You'll need to give back the time gained.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
That's 5 minutes of fuel left.
he's really put him onto the back of me now. Let's hope he doesn't just send it for sending its sake. Oh, damn it, that slowdown's going to come back to bite me in the ass.
On your right. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear right.
Come on, Oliver. Keep pushing. We might get him back.
Now, if I was in Neil's position, I would have actually waited to make that move. I would have done it on the back straight, so I don't have an opportunity to fight back now. So I don't have an opportunity to fight back into turn 1.
Tenth position. One more lap to go. We're running on fumes, mate.
Car left. Clear left.
Now, he shouldn't have cut back onto the track in the way he did. He had clearly missed that second apex, however, he made that my problem. But fortunately, 0x, we're both still racing, we're still both pointing in the same direction. That's all you can hope for in a situation that has wheel-on-wheel contact. But I think there's real no point now, because I won't be able to make up a deficit like that. Unless he makes a pretty big error.
New fastest lap for Navarro, 149.52.
Yeah, seconds too big to make up. But you never know, he might lock it up, might drop a wheel. So to come from
Gaining on the car in front, the gap's now 0.9.
to come back from like 23rd or 24th, I think it was, to finish in the top 10 is a great result, and I'm very happy with that. So it was damn exciting, that's for damn sure. But yeah, really enjoyed that race. So
P10. Okay, it's over. Well done, mate. Good finish.
what we're going to do is we're just going to park it up right here. And what we're going to do, guys, we're just going to quickly get into the results. So guys, what we're going to do, we're just going to quickly jump into the results. So, not bottom split anymore. So that's a big improvement. So we're up in the second split. Strength of field, 1377. Pretty well in line with where we are as a license holder. We were on 1372, maybe. Had, unfortunately, a negative I rating. That's unfortunately due to the contact that happened at the start of the race, as well as the tail end of the race with Kiko. Had a 29-point increase in my I rating, so we're up to 1.4k, which is really good for the week. 4 lead changes. We had Paul, Daniel, and Andreas in the top 3. And then we were the highest placing Australian in 10th position in the Lambo. Were we the highest placed Lambo? Yes, we were. Highest placed Lambo on the grid too, which is a great result. Unfortunately, had those 11 incident points. Nicholas had 14, so he wasn't too far away from having a penalty. I wonder if I can scroll down. Holger Kiko had only 5, but he may have had damage. Yeah, so I'm not too sure what happened to those. We saw those few guys veer off into the pits. But that's pretty well going to do it for this video here, guys. If you enjoyed, please consider giving a like and subscribing, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.